All right, so moving on to the next segment, we're going to switch gears here to the world of wrestling. I'll be sharing my thoughts on WrestleMania Night 1. So this is the WrestleMania Night 1 summary. I'll have Night 2 for you guys tomorrow, as it will take place tonight. So this is Night 1 summary of WrestleMania that took place last night. So I thought the event was pretty good. Let me just say that. I thought Night 1 was everything that you wanted. There is one match that I did have a problem with, and I'll get onto that for the rest of my summary down the line in this segment. But starting off with the opening match, you had Rhea Ripley successfully retain her Women's World title against Becky Lynch. So I thought it was a good decision for the WWE to go ahead and let these two respective women open the show for this year at WrestleMania, especially for Night 1. Set the tone early for a huge World Championship match. And I thought this match was really well. I thought it was a good pace. And I think they had some great spots in this match between the two respective wrestlers during this match. Now, Rhea Ripley retaining the Women's World title was absolutely the right call for this match. And her title reign has already been a year long, as it should be. She is proving why she is one of the most dependable women in the company today. And I think her reign needs to be a little bit longer. I think she has more stories to tell with that Women's World title. And it's good to see her get some huge back-to-back WrestleMania victories of the likes of Charlotte Flair last year at WrestleMania 39. Now this year, Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. So they've already established Rhea Ripley as the future of the women's division, with her being the future of this division with the likes of Bianca Belair, potentially Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton. The list goes on and on how deep and how stacked this women's division is. I think this is the right decision, beating the man Becky Lynch in the opener. So then you had the six-pack tag team ladder match that took place next. You had two winners in this match. You had Austin Theory, the tag team of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, winning the SmackDown tag team titles. Then you had the tag team of the Awesome Truth of The Miz and R-Truth winning the Raw tag team title. So I predicted this on the Combat Series last week that this ladder match would have two winners, and they were the two correct winners. And I'll be going over my what matches I got correct and lost, did not get correct as well. So I got three winners correct so far to that. But yes, I thought this was a unique way to finally split the tag team titles. It was silly to have the undisputed tag team titles for so long. Titles should have been split a long time ago. But to WWE's advantage, this was a smart way of splitting up the titles instead of having the Judgment Day at the time vacate one of the titles and give it to a respective brand. This was a unique way, and both brands need a change at the guard for the titles because the tag team division is so stacked on both Raw and SmackDown at the time. They both need their own separate tag team titles for their respective shows. But yes, this match was fun to watch. I thought the spots were incredible. I liked how the match kept going after one set of titles were won by Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. And then the match kept going on until the Raw Tag Team titles were retrieved. But it was nice to see R-Truth finally get a Mania moment. I think the commentators talked about the man was 0-7 at that event. The man has done a lot of great comedy work over his career, and he definitely deserved this moment. So it was great to see him and The Miz win the titles. Definitely a marquee moment in his career, finally getting his first Mania moment. So then you had the next match. The next match was Rey Mysterio. You had Rey Mysterio and Andrade defeating Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Now, this is the first wrong prediction I had on the card, so I got three winners right, one winner wrong, one match wrong so far. But man, I feel bad for Dragon Lee because he was supposed to be a part of this match, and he was replaced by Andrade 24 hours before the night one of Mania. So I know that's a devastating blow to get pulled off the card. You work hard all year long to be a part of the card, but at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, it was the right decision to have Andrade in the match over Dragon Lee, in my respective opinion. But I thought the match was a good tag team pace match. I thought it was a little overbooked towards the end. The Mania being in Philadelphia, you had the likes of Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson interfere in the match. I just think it was a little overbooked for the finish, having those two guys interfere. Maybe they shouldn't have interfered earlier on in the match, but yeah, this was the correct call, in my opinion, to have Rey Mysterio and Andrade win this match. Andrade just makes everything look so effortlessly. I think it was a great call, great decision for him to jump ship from AEW and go back to the WWE, because the man he has a lot of potential in his second run with the company. So I think they had the correct winners here. Definitely looking forward to see what his second run in the company is going to be like. Now this match is the problem I have. Jey Uso defeated Jimmy Uso. Now again, we have 4 winners correct, 1 wrong so far. Now, this match was truly a letdown. No, before the match, before the match, I had a bad feeling about it. Why did Lil Wayne only perform Millie for a total of 30 seconds before Jey Uso came out? That had to be one of the worst. I want to say one of the worst song performances in Mania history, because the man had the song playing in the background, but he only said 10 words to the song Millie. But as I digress, on to the match, I just think it was a letdown between the two twin brothers. It was okay. The match was okay at best, and I think that's best to say. But they had so much more in the tank, so much more to offer. Maybe they could have had a little bit more time, but what we've seen in the ring, I think we've seen it all of what we needed to see between the two respective wrestlers at that time last night. Look, and I said last week on the Combat Series, their match needed a stipulation badly because they're twins. They've done everything together. They're one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history. They have the same moveset. So when you don't have a stipulation of maybe a false count anywhere, a last man standing match, a Philly street fight, this is going to happen. And you could have had their father, Rikishi, be the special guest referee at best. Did not happen. And I think that hurt the flow of this match because it became a super kick party. Shout out to the Young Bucks. This is what I always visioned if Nick and Matt and the Young Bucks had a dream match of just super kicks going. There was over a total of 20 super kicks in that match. Unnecessary. And it was just a letdown. Definitely, if they have a rematch at Backlash at the next pay-per-view, there definitely has to be a stipulation, or we don't need to see it. Point blank, period. So then the next match, you had Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill defeated Damage Control in a 6-woman tag team match. This match to me really wanted me to see a women's trio title, if possible, if we get introduced that to the WWE at some point. Because the big three of Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill, they're a great team to watch. And you had in this tag team match, all 6 wrestlers had a chance to shine in the match. And that's kind of hard to do in big time spots and big time moments with limited amount of time out there. But all 6 of them had a chance to shine in this match. And they did their thing. So it was good to see Jade Cargill finally get a match. Now, it was worth the wait. She signed with the company back in the fall after jumping ship from AEW to WWE. And it was worth the wait because they presented her as a star over the months. Made her first appearance at the Royal Rumble earlier in the year and looked like $1 million. Then last night had a good performance. So it was worth the wait. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for her in her respective career. So that's, again, 5 wins, 5 matches correct, one not correct. So heading into the next match, we've seen Sami Zayn defeat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Let me get my voice back as I digress. But, man, this was everything that you wanted to see in a WrestleMania match. And the moments before the match had started, when Sami Zayn was talking to his family backstage, had a pep talk with Chad Gable, had a pep talk with Kevin Owens before the match, that's how you knew we were in store for absolute cinema. But it was a great underdog story. It was a physical match. Storytelling was great, and the finish was absolutely great. And I was a fan of everything. The best match, all part of night 1, hands down. And I was shocked. I was really shocked to see Sami Zayn win the Intercontinental Championship. I did not think that was going to happen. But the championship is in great hands. He's going to be a great Intercontinental Champion. Maybe we might see some open challenges with the title. But hats off to Gunther, man. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. The man held the title for a total of 666 days. 105 successful title defenses. Thank you, Gunther, for bringing prestige and honor back to the title and being the greatest Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. But there is a part of me that is happy for Sami Zayn, of course. But it just seems like this really should have been Chad Gable's moment. That's all I'll say for that. So then you had the main event of night one. You had The Rock and Roman Reigns defeat Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and which was advertised as the biggest tag team match in WrestleMania history. Now, this was a fun tag team match between the 4 respective wrestlers. These guys are going to be all-time greats, and these guys are going to go in the Hall of Fame one day. So you knew all 4 of these guys were going to shine this tag team match, being a part of this in the main event of night one. All 4 did their thing, but hats off to The Rock. I think The Rock was really the MVP of this match. I mean, The Rock hasn't really wrestled, and you guys can claim those little 6-second matches. That don't count as me. So the last real official match that we've seen of The Rock was 11 years ago, back in 2013, when he had the main event and the rematch with John Cena. Other than that, we have never seen that man back in the ring, but the man proved that he still got it. Now, Pat McAfee and others were talking about it during the match, that the man went in a 12-week training camp. And that The Rock came out and said he established a training camp. He wanted to go over something similar that boxers and MMA guys go through in a grueling training camp, strict diet, staying in shape. So hats off to him taking this serious, being in his 50s, still proving why he still got it. But definitely was the right winner for night one in the main event, with The Rock and Roman Reigns winning, which is going to set up for night 2 for the cinema of the main event between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And what should be setting up, since it's Bloodline rules, should be setting up for absolute cinema. Fingers crossed for a Avengers Endgame type of ending to that match. And fingers crossed for Cody Rhodes to finish his story. But that is my WrestleMania Night 1 summary.